Many of us have already started grooming their dogs by themselves at home in this pandemic. You all must have watched hundreds of grooming videos to learn how to do it, but is there something which you're definitely missing out on? So today, we'll tell you the things you should not forget while grooming in order to maintain the proper hygiene of your dog, along with some right and easy nail trimming tips. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get updates on our future videos. So, without further ado, let's start with it. Nail trimming looks like a big task for ones who are doing it for the first time. But to be honest, there's no science at it. It is as easy as trimming your own nails, whether it's black or white. All you have to do is get your dog on an elevated surface, as you'll have a nice hold on your dog and get assistance if your dog is a fighter. The whole process will be easier. Now, get a nice grip and reveal the nails one by one to trim. Then get a clipper or buy one online or from any pet store nearby if you don't have one. Clip the very little amount of nail like this. It is not necessary to cut the nail up to the quick or too deep because you can make the nail bleed. And for that, don't forget to buy a styptic powder. If you don't have, then a mix of cornstarch and baking soda often works well. So, just trim little by little until you're satisfied with the length. Clipping little by little is the only key to nail trimming without making them bleed. And that's it. Now, the do's that people often miss out or don't do and ignore in the grooming process is: number 1. Outgrown hair between paw pads. When this outgrown hair of such breed begins to grow past the paw pads, then it's time to trim the excess hair because the dog loses its grip on slick surfaces and slips all over the place, which can result in injury. Also, grown hair gets matted and traps more dirt, which helps in breeding of ticks, fleas, and infection. So all you have to do is grab a good trimmer because it is much safer than a scissors always. Now, grab your dog's leg in a way that the paw will be facing you. Then, start trimming little by little. Don't go too deep, as we only need to trim the hair that is growing past the paw pads. Never groom your dog forcefully, as it will only make things worse for you. So if your dog tries to pull back, leave what you're doing immediately and praise your dog to make it feel comfy. Keep trimming until you see the result like this. Yep, just like this. Now comes number 2, the sanitary trim. Most of the first-time home groomers think grooming is all about giving a haircut, but they often forget that hygiene care is also an essential part of grooming. It is sure a very delicate subject, but your dog needs you to care for that end too. The hair in your dog's private area can get tangled, and matted fur in this area traps dirt, urine, and feces, which is a breeding ground for bacteria. So the more diligent you are, your dog will be more clean in hygiene maintenance. So, first, to trim the genital area. Get your dog standing like this. Start with the belly apart. Now for male dogs, trim an extra inch or 3 of hair in front of his penis, as the urine can hit long fringes and contribute to skin rashes and infection. And female dogs should have their upper hair clipped around the vulva. The sexual organs are sensitive, so always be careful with the trimmer. And now to trim the anal area. Get your dog in a standing position with its rear facing you. Now hold the tail up like this and trim the hair around the anus very gently. Clipping the hair around the anus will aid in keeping this area clean. If you're getting a very foul smell, then use a baby wipe or damp washcloth to clean up the area after. And that's it. Not grooming and maintaining good hygiene of your dog as often as required can have an influence on their health. A complete grooming is therefore a preventative activity. Well, that's it, guys. You can also tell us in the comment sections if you want us to know about anything related to dogs. If you liked it, then do share it with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.